Hi, this is Kerry Stover here tonight. I had an interesting subject to talk about. I'm here at Corny's. We often change oil, and we used to just put 530 be said and done. Uh, Everything's changed. The reason it has is, of course, fuel mileage emissions. The thing that's been really difficult about it, as I can show you on this bottle, you may be able to see the designators right here. If I'm getting that up real close, you can see designators. And what I mean by designators, that's telling us what oil this or what applications this oil will satisfy. And all those little uh, like SN or what it's another one, SM, those are designators about telling us that this will work for that car. They put that in the specifications when we look them up. Well, that's really nice. The only problem is they decided to start with an old one, leave one that was, maybe last there, and then put the new one on. And they leave a gap. We don't know the ones in between, so when we go to put oil in the car, we're kind of like, well, gee, what's going on? But fortunately, we have a place to find out how that's working for sure. And again, that's one of the reasons we have so much computer data to help us even just put oil in your car. It's just not straightforward like it used to be. But the other really important thing is they changed. I have been selling our AMSOIL. Happens to be a 12,000 mile oil or 6 months. It's full synthetic. That's not what I'm here to advertise or talk about necessarily. What's really gone on, the car is no longer just rely on a fuel pump in the gas tank. That pump has always been lubricated by the gasoline. It didn't give a whole lot of problem, 100,000 miles or so, it might fail. But the other part of that is the fact that in the engine now, they are using the oil to boost the pressure. Well, that's a big deal. The reason that's a big deal, that little pump that's in there requires clean, good oil. When I mean good oil, most likely it's going to be synthetic. The reason synthetic is because of the lubrication qualities and it's going to last. The thing about this little pump is we're not talking about making a pressure of just 30, 40, 50 pounds. We may be talking about as much as 2,500 pounds. That's a lot of pressure. A lot of work for that little pump to do, and I'm sure they're expensive. I haven't had to replace one yet, but you better be changing the oil. Again, I would suggest using a quality oil like AMSOIL, and we can match you up to what your requirements are. Again, we have several places to look up to make sure we're putting the right lubricant in your car, and that's what we'd like to do for you. Again, we match it up to your miles, so instead of changing it as often, you don't have to. That's what I had for you tonight. It's a very important big deal. Like last year, we had 3 motors changed out because they didn't bother to change the oil. Well, you're going to be changing that oil the way you should be, or it's going to cost you big time. So I hope that helped you tonight. Be sure to go to the button above here. You can go to my blog post on Corny's sales and service, cornysauto.com, and read those. There's 50 plus there that are informative to help you. They are written for the average guy to understand, or an average woman also. There's cars there. Be interested in looking at those. Of course, we have a place for AMSOIL. Well, you take care tonight. Make sure you go to that button above, click on that, and get educated about your car because it is changing. Thanks again, and we'll see you here. Be Monday night.